Hey there, superstar. How would you like to keep your clients longer? Well, that is what I'm about to share with you in this video. Let's go. When you retain your clients longer, not only does that create more financial stability, more peace of mind, and more freedom, it also generally serves them better too. When you know your clients for longer periods of time, you're able to anticipate issues, you're able to see patterns exhibit themselves, you're able to really serve clients at a higher level. So there's a few things that you can do to actually naturally make your clients stick around longer. Let's dive into what those strategies are. Now, I want to preface this by saying I figured this stuff out, like most things that I figured out in my business, the hard way. And that happened because I had a retention problem when I was early in my coaching business, particularly when I was early in my group coaching practice. So I had done one-on-one coaching for years, but I wasn't even trying at the beginning to retain clients. My entire business model was structured around very short, very intensive sessions with clients. I didn't have any sort of long-term strategy. So when I founded my group coaching program is when I first realized that I had a retention problem, because it was the first time that I was enrolling people in more than a one-time or 1 month or very short type of engagement. My very first Inner Circle program that I launched back in 2014, I had a 1-year program, and when people reached the end of that first year, most of them did not renew to keep going. This went on for about 3 years until I got wise to the fact that it would be a lot less work if I could just retain my clients instead of constantly having to fill the pipeline with new clients. So that's what I did. I made first and foremost an intention to retain clients longer. So that's what my recommendation is for you. Before we even dive into the strategies for how to do it, my invitation is for you to just decide that you want to do it, that this is important to you, and that you're going to put effort and time and attention and energy into this part of your business, retention. So can we make that agreement together right now? I'm assuming that you did. Let's keep going. Before I dive into all the strategies, I do want to tell you how things shifted in these last almost 10 years. I actually now retain most of my clients by a lot. I believe the average at this moment, which last time we checked was a few months ago, is somewhere in the neighborhood of 85% of clients stay from year one, if they complete their first year, going on to a 2-year agreement. And then another about 80% of those clients that finish that 2 years stay on for the next 2 years. So that's a pretty good track record, way better than in the beginning. So here's some advice for you. The first piece of advice is going to be a little bit obvious, but truth is, I had never thought about it before, so maybe you haven't either. The first way to retain clients longer is to enroll them for longer. What I mean by that is if you offer 3-month coaching packages, then what you're going to get is every 3 months, you're going to have to re-enroll them. And that will drive down your retention rate, usually. If you give people a 6-month contract, then you'll have drop off at 6 months. So if you start to have longer term agreements available and making them attractive, chances are you'll start to keep people around for longer too. For a while there, in those first few years, I was offering a re-enrollment of 1 year or 2 years. And back then, I'd have some people enroll in the 1 year and some people enroll in the 2 year. Well, guess what? When I got rid of the 1-year enrollment and I went to straight up only offering the 2-year re-enrollment, I had the same conversion rate, except everybody chose the 2-year version. So I got much more retention with a 2-year enrollment than with the option of 1 or 2 years. So the first thing you can do is just add longer agreements to the mix and get rid of some shorter agreements, knowing that in order to get real outcomes in coaching, you need some time. And a lot of times a 3-month program just isn't enough to get the kind of big outcomes that people want and need to get. The second way to get more retention is to really emphasize and acknowledge over time as you're working with somebody the value of getting to know them, witnessing and emphasizing when you see it come up, right? Not making it up. This is real. When you notice like, wow, I was really able to help them more because I really know them now. And let them know when that's happening. Like call it out, call it forward when you see like, wow, do you notice how because we've been working together for 6 months or 2 years or 3 years, I was really able to help you see this thing and you were really able to trust me in listening. Do you see how us having a relationship over time really supports better outcomes? So that's something you can talk about with clients, and that's something you can also talk about at the outset when you're enrolling new clients, and let them know something along the lines of, the way I work is I have a 1-year minimum. And the reason I have a 1-year minimum is because I've found that it takes at least 4 or 5 months for us to really get into a groove together, for me to really understand how you tick. And that's when it becomes like a hockey stick, if that's true for you. I'm not suggesting that you use my language or copy what I'm saying, but rather get inspired to find your own authentic version of it for you. Another thing that might seem pretty obvious, but I'm going to invite you to consider it right here, right now, is how can you just add more value? How can you deliver above and beyond? What are the new problems that come up when people are working with you that you could potentially help them solve? They might be outside of the scope of your initial agreement, but they might be something that you can really help with. Listening deeply to your clients and really thinking about, what would serve this person at the next level? And really asking the person, what would serve you at the next level? And if you can provide those services, or at least some sort of access to the services through you, then you might be able to engage and keep your clients engaged longer. Now, one of the greatest ways, and I have a whole video where I talk about the one strategy to retain your clients longer. This one strategy is about introducing a group component to your one-on-one coaching. So let's say you've got 10 or 12 one-on-one coaching clients that are working with you, but they're all siloed and separate. What would happen if you brought them together for a Zoom meeting or a mastermind or a weekend together, or even just a Slack channel or a WhatsApp group? These are ways that you can introduce a community component into your coaching offerings that can really help people bond with each other and want to stick around longer. I hope this gave you some ideas about how you can retain your coaching clients longer. If you want more where this came from, if you're interested in growing and scaling your group coaching model or creating your first group coaching model, then find out more about my services, my products, my programs at superstaractivator.com/go.